Manchester City fail under pressure. They miss 4 big chances for the first time in a Premier League game this season. Liverpool have the advantage, winning the Premier League for the first time in many weeks is in Liverpool's own hands. 7 points dropped in their last 7 games. Twice now. Palace have kept clean sheets against Manchester City this season. They are a brilliant side. They are an excellent side, but they have been missing that cutting edge in recent weeks. And we on the Football Terrace have been talking about this resurgence, about this push from Liverpool Football Club. It is getting more and more real. A big night ensues on Wednesday as the Anfield faithful embark on a journey to North London to make their title charge come even closer. Man City tonight, they bottled it. They couldn't get the job done. Make sure you're smashing that like and that share button. This is the Football Terrace, the only place to be tonight. Let's do this. The Football Terrace and Jurgen Klopp are proud to present to you our brand new sponsor, Speech, the ultimate football fantasy manager game. It's available now to our audiences in the UK and Ireland. Download using our exclusive link in the description below or in the live comment section. Check it out. I have to say this now. My job is to be neutral in these situations. The Manchester United fan in me wants to say one thing. The host of the Football Terrace, the founder of the Football Terrace that created a platform for everybody to come and have their say. I do remain neutrals in these parts. And the title race is absolutely exciting. And from my standpoint, I sat on this channel maybe 5-6 weeks ago. And I saw some of Man City's performances against Southampton. I saw Man City's performance, and that was when the 22nd of January. So, yeah, we're looking at nearly 2 months ago. And I said, they didn't look right. They beat Brentford. And I said, they didn't look right. They were done by Tottenham, and they didn't look right. They scraped past poor Everton. They got away with the handball at the end, and they didn't look right. They, of course, battered Manchester United, and that isn't a surprise. My team's awful. But in the opening 25 minutes, Man United brat them. Man United don't have what Palace. Man United don't have what Southampton. Man United don't have what Brentford have. And that's fight and desire. And they didn't look right again tonight, Manchester City. They look nervous. And I've seen it now for 2 months. There's something about this Man City team that they don't quite believe in themselves. There isn't quite the belief that they're going to do it. And that's 7 points dropped in the last 7 games. Now, compared to pretty much every other team in the Premier League, it's not bad. But you can't be not bad when you're trying to stop Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool from hunting you down. And I said it 2 weeks back, and people care too much about how things look rather than how they are. Liverpool may not have been at their scintillating best in recent times, but on nights like tonight, this Liverpool team at this moment wins. By hook or by crook, they win the game. Man City look a little bit lost. And I'm talking at the elite end of the spectrum. Oh, we're better than your club. Oh, we're better. It doesn't matter. That's irrelevant to the point I'm making. I'm putting you in the context, in the ring-fenced context of a title race. And you know, that handball decision that went for Man City, maybe that's the only thing keeping you top right now. You know, it should have been another 2 points drop there from where you are right now. And you do sit 4 points ahead. 4 points ahead of Liverpool. But they have that game in hand. And I felt all along that come the game on the 10th of April at the Etihad, I thought both clubs would be level on points. There might be 1 point differential in that now. And that game there's only one more Premier League match for City in between that game. The Premier League title is coming to its crescendo now, and it is absolutely scintillating. Should have been 4 points, as you've already said that, Omar. Sorry, I already had that super chat. We are going to take your calls tonight as well. City will not win anything this season. Prem for Liverpool, Champions League for Chelsea is what Juan CFC has got to say there. I want to talk about Jack Grealish tonight as well, because I'm a massive Jack Grealish fan. And look, I get predictions wrong and I get predictions right, like every single person out there. But Grealish is a flop this season. And let's just have it right. I'm going to speak in plain English. He is a flop. So much sideways, so much backwards passing. He's barely able to beat a man. Shooting into crowds of people. Another abstract, poor performance from him. They're relying heavily on KDB, and he didn't deliver tonight. Mahrez wasn't given the time and space. But the reason I focus on Grealish, he was £100 million. He was meant to be that extra string in the bow of Man City this season to take them further, one step further. And of course, big mistake from Pep Guardiola tonight as well. No substitutions made. This is the man who cries and moans about too many games, players being too tired, and then he doesn't make changes. And I'm going to say this as well. It was only a handful of games ago that City was somewhere in the region of 12 points clear. Somewhere in the region of 12 points, 11 points clear, I think they were. This is going to be an almighty collapse if they fall away. If Liverpool overtake them and win the league, it's a gargantuan collapse, no doubt about it. Gallagher is a ball of energy in that Palace team. Vieira doing a very good job. Now, I want to say this about Patrick Vieira's team. Excellent football, great structure to their team. Some quality players in there as well, including Gallagher, as you've mentioned. And Patrick Vieira, stay there for a few years, and that guy has got a serious managerial career ahead of him. You can see he's a proper coach. Got good structure, good sense of football as well, in terms of the style of football he wants these teams to play. Spot on, Terry. You predicted this. And look, not all my predictions come true. I get predictions just like everybody else does wrong as well. But I just saw this coming. You could just see it in the way City have been playing. Now, Liverpool have to maintain what they're doing. Liverpool can't afford to let their foot off the gas. Liverpool can't afford to collapse either. But Man City haven't really been right now since mid-January. They've still been winning the majority of their games because they're a superior team, but they haven't looked right. Where Liverpool, I just feel everything is on their side. And barring injury, Manchester City will not win this league. It's going to be Liverpool, no doubt in my mind. Now, I'm going to share the link for you to phone in and for you to have your say. I want to hear from City fans. I want to hear from Liverpool fans as well. I want to know how you're thinking and you're feeling. Before we do that, though, remember, we are sponsored by Speech. This is my Champions League team ready for this midweek set of games. I want you to get the app downloaded now. But they're giving away a lot of prizes. So we've teamed up with them. We had a chat with them. And we wanted to encourage more of you to use and download their app. Now, for the next 3, I'm going to do it there so you can see it, 3 Premier League match days. For everybody that plays and finishes inside the top 10 of the respective game that they play, and you can get all the information in our description below, a number of prizes are going to be given away to you, the viewers, each game. We're going to be giving away smartwatches. We're going to be giving away money. We're going to be giving away travel vouchers, earbuds, Premier League tickets, and a wide variety of gifts, including at the end of the 3-week period. If you finish top in that time, £3,000 will be given to you, and there are prizes right down to the top 20 people. So at the end of this stream, the details are in our live comment section or in our description below. Go and get the app downloaded for free. So all you've got to do is free to download. It's free to play. There are a number of options when you're in there, but go and check it out with Speech. Of course, if you're a Liverpool fan, you'll be enjoying it. It is fully backed and supported by Mr. Jurgen Klopp. If you want your chance of winning some of these prizes over the course of the next month, over £12,000 being given away, make sure you get yourselves signed up, people. Let's go to some more of your comments that are coming through here. I'm waiting for them to load through now. Where are we at? Man City players losing it mentally, going after each other. They know they are letting the title slip from them. Gallagher is a baller, is what Artem's got to say. 58 days ago, City had a 13-point lead. League is peaked. It was 13 points, was it? See, I thought it was only 11. That's my point. Everyone wrote it off. I keep talking about this on the Football Terrace on such a regular basis. And sometimes I wonder how else people are consuming football, what other platforms, what other people they're listening to. The level of people that just purely predict upon foregone conclusions is scary to me, or what they perceive to be a foregone conclusion. The obvious thing, our 13-point lead, City are going to win the league, no doubt. Read the room. Look at how they're playing football. Look at the nervousness. Had they been lucky in games? Is another team on a better trajectory? Trajectories are so important within the game. And then you have to start looking at probability. Probability is different to the mathematical equations in front of you when you look at everything. And betting on the obvious thing, it's just never how sport has worked. Now, you might be right 7 times out of 10, but sometimes, not even debating or considering the idea that City could have been caught was a madness, and they have. Win our next game, and Chelsea are 8 points behind City, is what Stefanov says there. Listen, if Chelsea were to catch City as well, and they don't win that Champions League, Pep Guardiola is in the mud this season. This season, not in his career, just this season. It would be an atrocity. It would be an atrocity if you were to catch him as well. Grealish is, as much of a financial flop as Pogba. But don't worry, Man City fans. You'll buy another £100 million player next year to replace him and maybe add another £100 million striker. Do you know what I would say, Sid, though? Like, Paul Pogba's got a little bit of an excuse. He isn't at a club that's being run very well. There is no reason. Like, Jack Grealish not delivering in a Pep Guardiola team with the coaching and the patterns of play and the style and the team around him. Is it terrible? How was Rodri not booked tonight? I don't know. How was he not booked? How on God's green earth did Rodri not pick up a yellow card for the first cynical foul against Schlupp about halfway through the first half? Pulling Zaha down to the ground for no reason early in the second, and then stopping another counter-attack at the edge of his own box late on in the game against Zaha. It's the way he is treated by referees. He must have nudes or something. He must have nudes. He must have some kind of advantage over them. He must do. There is no other reason for it than he must have nudes. I have to say, Carragher is the most saltiest pundit ever. How does he have the audacity to speak about Chelsea today of stealing, buying off families when his man spat at a child? Listen, I haven't heard what he actually said yet. I saw it trending on Twitter. I'll go back and watch it later. I've seen a lot of people scathing for Carragher and Gary Neville after their comments earlier today. Is having no striker catching up with City? Yes. Having no striker is absolutely catching up with Manchester City without a shadow of a doubt. Of course it is. Of course it is. Because they're lacking that clinical edge. Bernardo Silva's goals are drying up. And I actually can't remember the last time he scored. I'll go and check. When was the last time Bernardo Silva scored? Let's go and have a look here. He's one of their top goal scorers this year. Well, Sterling's got 10. Mahrez has got 10. But Bernardo Silva, is popping up with some really clutch goals. Mahrez is on 10 goals. Raheem Sterling's on 10 goals. They've not got somebody out there who is prolific. They've not got somebody out there at the moment that's banging in that 20, 25 goals. And they are spread amongst the team, but not as deeply as you would expect. Now, Bernardo Silva's only got 2 goals in his last 10 games, and they were in the Champions League against Sporting Lisbon. Nothing much from him. Mahrez, his form was much better. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in his last 10 games. Raheem Sterling, he had that little patch, didn't he, where he scored 3 against Norwich. He got a goal against Lisbon, but no goals elsewhere in that period for the last 10 games. You look at the facts, you look at the stats, you use your eye test, they are struggling. By their standards, not by Man United's or Tottenham's or Brentford's. By Man City standards, they are struggling. Josh here says, what's good, Terry? Liverpool are going to win it. Yes, they are. Wesley here says, bunch of bottle jobs. I saw this coming weeks ago. I feel like I'm the only City fan who can be objective about this team. Grealish has been awful. And you are, Wesley. You're always very fair when you come on the terrace. And like, people often think I'm backing Liverpool to win because I want Liverpool to win. Why do I want Liverpool matching Man United's 20? I don't want it to happen, but I have to call things as I see them. I am objective. The only time people say I'm not objective and I'm biased is when I'm delivering bad news about their club or an opinion they just don't want to hear from someone who isn't one of their own supporters. But I'll never yield from being me. Terry, you bad man, show me your crystal ball. Listen, I get a lot of things right in football. I just don't gloat about them enough. That's not true. I get as many things wrong as I get right, but I just saw this one coming and it come to fruition. I hope this clears that only Liverpool prevented this league from being a farmers' league. They're the only ones that are capable of having a title race. But I think it's both though, isn't it? Because again, if City weren't where they are right now, and you were running away with it, it would also be a farmers' league. You and City are the best two teams, and you've gone head to head. Chelsea, they had a bad month that stopped them being involved in this. But either side of that bad month, they're there or thereabouts as well. But I do hear your point, brother. I do. Chelsea fans think they've got a chance. No, they don't. They're just saying they're only 8 points behind City. City keep losing games. Terry, you like Liverpool and Chelsea? No, I don't. I'm just right about this, the same as I was right that France wouldn't win the Euros. I just find foregone conclusion betting to be a mistake in sport, especially football, because it's a team sport and it's based on more than one individual's brilliance. That's always been my take, and it always will be. Now, what I need for you to do is smash that like and share, but I'm going to go. I didn't actually share the link for the call. Sorry, I've just put it in there now. If you want to call in, please give us a buzz. We've got Daps to come on in it first. We're going to be getting Zane on, the Liverpool fan, but I want to hear from you. I need the like button smashed before we go any further, though. That's got to get done. And then I want to see you guys, because my links for my mini leagues are in the description below. I want to see you guys sign up to Speech tonight using the exclusive link below, and joining my mini leagues for the Champions League and the Premier League moving forward. I was in the top 8% this weekend of thousands of people. I was very impressed with my team that I picked. I want to know about yours as well. Now, first on the show with me, without any further ado, man like Daps is back with us. Big Manchester City fan. Can't wait to hear what he's got to say after his team bottled it tonight. Oh, they bottled it. I can see him smiling behind the scenes. Let's get him on to have his say. Let's do this. Daps, terrible night. Give me your thoughts, mate.
I've just been doing a watch along with other City fans, and I couldn't really put up with them talking too much because it felt like I was watching a game with my wife. Just stupid comments like, "No, we've still got 5 minutes to go." Like, fuck off. You know what? It's hard because Terry, you like for the whole season we've been doing stuff together, and you know that I'm not a always boastful City fan, right? And a lot of people I think some people will be watching this thinking, yes, you fucking are, but I'm not too. I am old school, and I always pessimistic because of things like this. But then it doesn't matter when it fucking happens. It fucking still. You know what, right? Do you know what's frustrating me right now? If you look at the games we've dropped points in, Terry. Southampton home and away. Tottenham home and away. Crystal Palace home and away. And then Liverpool. The end. Right? What the fuck's going on? What? We've just handed the fucking league to Liverpool, bruv. Clinicalness. No,
I
you know
agree.
what? Every game that we've dropped points in, it's because we haven't had someone clinical enough up top. Even Mahrez tonight was not clinical. Bernardo Silva missed a couple of very, very good opportunities. Talk to me, ask me something, Terry, because I'm right now.
This question right now. If you could go back to the summer and stop Jack Grealish coming, but sign Harry Kane.
Grealish was good today,
Do you think he was?
Yeah, I think he was.
Do you know what I saw tonight from Grealish? I saw a lot of silks, a lot of techers, but a lot of nothing.
You know what? I mean, for me, he was getting to the byline. He was putting in the type of passes that in previous seasons we've got someone clinical enough to put him away. He's getting to the byline, cutting it back a lot of times. There was once or twice I was actually thinking, do you know what? That was something that Sterling might put away. But Foden, let's be honest, Foden was poor tonight. Foden was very poor tonight. Who else was poor? Mahrez was. Don't want to say Mahrez was poor, but there were even opportunities that Mahrez had that in other games he would take. You know what? There was a point where De Bruyne hit the post and then Mahrez failed on the follow through. And at that point, I was like, "This is not our day. If De Bruyne and Mahrez are not putting those opportunities away, then it's not our day."
Yeah. Mate, I hear you. In terms of the league, I know you've still got, if Liverpool beat Arsenal, you've still got a point lead over them. Right now, hand on heart, who are you making favourites from this point?
You know what, bruv? I'm not going to do it. I don't care what I think. City.
And
I
that's
don't
fair,
care
mate.
what I think. I'm still
That's
going to
fair.
say
Like
City. I'm
that's
not going to come on here and say Liverpool. Sorry. I'm still going to say City. But we're making it. You know what? 'Cause this is where we now have to be the City of previous seasons. We could have been that one season where we ran away with it. It's not going to happen. So now we have to go back to how we first won the league. Now we have to go back to 18-19. Now we have to go back to that City and battle and fight till the end. Like, and just stay there and hope that Arsenal get something. Hope that, I don't know who else Liverpool have got, but
Man United. You got to hope. Can you imagine? You got to hope. Man United do you a favour.
You don't think Grealish was good? You think Grealish was?
I think Grealish tonight's Grealish did
I think
tonight.
Cancelo was poor tonight as well. Actually,
Yeah, I thought the majority of your team were, to be honest, in different ways. If that makes sense, they were everybody's
Rodri was
final
poor again.
ball.
Rodri was poor again.
Yeah, well, Roger, I can't believe he didn't get booked tonight. And even at the end, they did have chances as well, Palace, and
Yeah, they did.
Just their final ball wasn't quite right. It was a tough game, and the whole way through the match, I kept on wanting to tweet, I can tell City are going to drop points here. I just didn't want to tempt fate because I want a very close title race, and I feel a little bit guilty for that now. I didn't want to put out the judge. Do you know what I mean? And then it go wrong tonight. I wouldn't have cared if Liverpool don't win the league. The maddest bit is, bruv, I want you guys to win the league over Liverpool, but I've got to stay objective, and I just feel like Liverpool are coming for you, mate. And come the 10th of April, what a game that's going to be, 10th of April.
You know what? I only realised it's only one game between then and now. One league game between then and now.
One time. That's it. That's all there is, bruv. Listen, Daps, pleasure speaking. You look like you need a nice drink and a cold shower, brother. I'll speak to you soon, brother. Take care, my friend. Thank you. Bruv. Man like Daps there, coming on and having his say. Zane on soon. We're going to get Sane LFC TV on, Racks Backstage, plus a plethora of my football terrace community. City coming for you is what M Mag has got to say here. You'll never walk alone. How many fouls did Rodri commit today and receive no? It's an atrocity. It's an atrocity how many fouls he gets away with. Liverpool, it's a must win. I mean, the Arsenal game now. Wow. It's mad, right? I ain't watching the Champions League on Wednesday. I'm watching the Premier League because it's a bigger game. No disrespect to Lille. I don't even know what the other game is going to be. Arsenal and Liverpool, what a game. If only City had big boy Kane, should have coughed up. Listen, if they had Harry Kane, imagine they spent £100 million on the wrong player. Listen, my club's in the mud, but I'm still laughing. No, I'm not laughing. I'm staying objective. I'm staying straight down the middle. Right, Zane, speaking of straight down the middle, Zane's here with us now. I wonder what he's going to say. Remember, Zane said Liverpool will win nothing. They won't win the league this year because they're a cup team. I want to hear from him now. What are you saying, Zane?
What's up, man? How you doing, bro? You good?
I'm good. Your cup team could win the league, bruv.
Hey, like I said, obviously City dropped points today. They still got the point advantage over us, right? So I'm at 45% now. 45%. We've gone up, bruv. We've gone up. But I'm sorry, that Daps guy, pathetic in his response about City, bruv. They bottled it, bruv. He needs to own that shit now, man. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. This guy's waffling on about Jack Grealish. He done well. Goals or assists, man. He's an attacking player. Do your job, bruv. That Jack Grealish has been a flop. And I want some honesty from the City fans, because all these City fans give it the big and, walking around like they're all that. And now, when the shit hits the fan, boy, they're kind of quiet and kind of missing. And also, they ain't got no company this season, bro. Company saved their ass that time when he scored the Thunderbolt. So from my point of view, yeah, it's getting interesting. We got Arsenal, fair enough. And let's keep it real. We've won all our games recently. Arsenal have as well. But to be fair, Arsenal have been stat padding. The teams they've been playing are shit, bruv. Watford, Leicester, they ain't no big teams, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So, yes, Wednesday is going to be a big game, but from my point of view, boy, we need to win that, and then obviously it's all down to City, and then, boy, man, do you know what? I've got this vision in my head that, you know how Slippy G, my man, could do something in the final game of the season for us. Do you know what I mean? Come back, Slippy G could do something, bro. Villa get a draw, we win the league. But
why are you calling him Slippy G?
I'm owning that shit, bro, because all these rivals, they think they can get to me with this Slippy G. And what, bro? Slippy G, he's a legend, bro. Do you get me, man?
You're trying to 8 Mile it. I hear you. In terms of playing Arsenal, how confident are you of going to the Emirates on Wednesday and getting the result you need?
Well, obviously, on paper, it'll be a difficult game. It's at their ground. They've basically won 5 games in a row. But if you look into the stats realistically, who they played, they've not played any great teams. So those 5 wins, do you get me? What? Wolves, Brentford, Wolves, Watford, Leicester. Come on, bro. That's not big teams, bro. That's not top 6 big boy teams, bro. So they've stat padded those wins, right? So fundamentally, we should win that, man, because we've got them cooked, man. 4-0 early this season. We've been slapping them past couple of seasons. They've got like trauma against us, bro. Trust me, man. So I would say if we're going to win the league, like every man are trying to say now, we have to beat them standard. I think it'll be a 2-0, 3-1 kind of game, but we should slap them easily, boy. And I don't hear nothing from this trick brother tomorrow when he comes on the show, bro. If you try defend Arsenal in any way, there's nothing Arsenal fans can say about coming to Liverpool and say it's an easy game against Liverpool. They're going to be shook, bro. So I think, you know what? We need to win that 2-0 and then we move. And then obviously we've got Man City coming up. But the scary thing, though, is we still got to play Man U, bro. You lot still got a part to play, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because our game against you lot has to be rescheduled. So
yeah, listen, and I don't think that's coming. I don't think that's coming at a bad time. For either of us, if I'm being honest, moving that further down the line could work out
exactly,
well.
Bro.
Because you get to close that gap on City a little bit. Well, you would have beaten. You probably would have beaten. You would beat us, but they may have won their game. But listen, I knew they'd drop more points between playing you. Your game's now massive on Wednesday. Zane, pleasure speaking to you again, my friend, and we'll speak to you again soon. Top man, thank you. If you want to phone in and have your say, we have shared the link a few more times in the live comment section. City fan here says we're retaining the Champions League. I'm telling you, sorry, a Blues fan said that there. This could be City's Cristambul. I said it earlier on Top 6 that maybe it could be tonight. I think Cal predicted a 0-0. Bang on. Just had a feeling about tonight's game this whole time. A few people saying there's a City agenda on here. It's not a City agenda to say I think Liverpool are going to win the league. That's not a City. It's not a City agenda, bruv. It's an opinion. I'm not saying you're a bad team. I'm not saying you're a rubbish team. I'm not calling your manager a bald fraud. I do think Jack Grealish has been a flop this year. But when I say he's a flop, do I think he will improve? Probably. But he's been poor this season, no doubt. Saint's with us now. Saint LFC TV. How you doing, bro?
I'm all good, brother. What's going on, Terry? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, my man. I'm good. A big night for you lot as a Liverpool fan base. Huge.
Mate. I had my little one, so I watched the first half, and I was like, right, okay, cool. You know, then I wanted to do what you was gonna do as well, as I felt it, and I was like, anyone that knows, I called the Tottenham game, innit? Called that loud on my channel. Everyone was like, fucking how did you call that? I said, yeah, I called it. So this one, I wasn't as because I think if I'm right, they've done them last season, home and away, I think. So I was like, oh, they could. Halftime came, was gonna tweet, thought, nah, I'm gonna leave it. And then I was doing bits with my little one, and I came back and I couldn't believe it. I said, "Oh my god, we're in there, we're there, man. We're in there. What's it called? In their rear view, nice and clear. They can feel our hot breath on their neck, man. And, yeah, I'm loving it.
100% you're there. And in terms of Wednesday night now, it makes it huge. It was already big, but it feels now like it's like even bigger.
No, it is. It is. To be honest with you, like I'm a North London boy. I say on my channel, it's you lot, it's the scum up north, it's you lot, and then it's Arsenal. I don't even really see Everton. I don't, honestly. That's how it is for me. Football's personal for everyone. Do you know what I mean? And being a North London boy and having Arsenal yapping in my ears for all those years, it's nice to obviously corner them at any opportunity. If I'm honest with you, I'm not as confident as I normally have been. I do think we'll get the win because we're in that frame But you said something. You said something earlier on about trajectories. And if you sit down and actually look at Arsenal's trajectory, they seem to be. I hear what Zane's saying. Yeah, they haven't beaten anyone of note. We can only beat who's in front of you, and their trajectory has actually been quite good. They're sitting nicely in fifth or whatever with games in hand. And if you look at the manner in which we're winning games, I would like our performance to start looking a little bit better. We're slugging them out. Championship form, yeah, those are the ones you just need to get through. But at the same time, it's tough. I think if I'm not wrong, they're probably. I think they're the top or the form guide. Brought the most points, so it is tough going Emirates. It's never easy. But there's some battles I'd like to see. What's it called? Xhaka can do in the midfield against that of a Thiago, that KR, that of a Fabinho, Cedric on the right hand side versus Diaz. I'm licking my lips, so it's going to be interesting, but. Yeah, it's tough, man.
Mate, listen, it's going to be a big night, my friend, and win that. And I mean, what the neutrals really want is you to win, and then you both win your games between now and the 10th of April. Yeah. So that one, there's a point difference, and you go into that game, and it is just going to be a carnage.
Watch that game. Oh, wow.
It is going to be one of them ones where you sit behind the sofa almost, or watching the stadium with your eyes closed. It's one of them nervous ones. It is, mate. Absolute pleasure speaking to you, Saint. Long overdue, my friend, and we'll chat again.
It's been a while. Man.
Top man, bro.
Thank you, bro. Have a good one. Cheers. Much appreciated.
Thank you. Next on the show, we're gonna try and get some City fans in here. I always pronounce his name wrong. Is it? Cheke. You say it for us. What's your name? Chike. There we go. Mate, listen, you're a City fan and you're smiling. You're happy still.
Yeah. I still
must
think
be on
we'll
a promise
win the league.
tonight.
Yeah.
Are you happy? I mean, go on.
I mean, it was an awful performance, but I still think we'll win the league. I'm still kind of confident we can beat Liverpool on the 10th of April. I mean, that's the game where I'm going to be like, my blood pressure is going to increase. I'm going to be sweating it out. Oh my God. But this draw didn't help, but.
Yeah, no, of course it didn't. Of course. And I suppose come Wednesday, you're going to be a big Arsenal fan.
I knew you were going to bring that up. So to be honest, yes, I want Arsenal to win, but if Arsenal win, then they'll be like, oh, they're gonna win the league next season, and they're 3 or 4 players so even win. No, I don't believe that. They're just because they beat Liverpool doesn't exactly mean that they're gonna win. They're gonna progress or whatever. I don't know. The draw was stressful, Terry. That's all I'm going to say.
It was, and I want to get your opinion on Jack Grealish because a lot of people claiming, performances aren't there. He isn't delivering at the level that he's meant to be at. Like, what's your take on that?
I think Jack Grealish is one of those where it's almost like Riyad Mahrez. In his first season, he didn't do that much because it's hard to adapt to a Pep Guardiola system because at Aston Villa he was so used to being the main man. Right, he was the main guy that you would give the ball to, and he would create opportunities. But with City, it's not like that. There's so many main guys that it's really hard. It's really hard to break that rhythm and to break that connection of how everyone's playing. So I think it's definitely going to take some time. And we didn't pay £100 million for nothing. So I definitely think it's going to take maybe like a couple more games or maybe like a season for him to get fully adjusted to our system.
Mate, I hear you on that. I appreciate you calling in, and we'll speak again soon, buddy. Thank you very much.
Also, I just want to say, did you see Ronaldo's hat trick at the weekend? Oh my God, his first goal was a joke. It was insane.
It was, brother. It was out of this world. I mean, you seem happier about that. You're good. You're good vibes. You're good vibes, brother. We'll speak soon, buddy.
I think you'll be Atletico.
Hope so.
I actually do.
So. Thank you, brother.
Hey, thank you so much, Terry.
Cheers, bro. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Take care. Thank you. Rack's on the show now. Big Liverpool fan. What you saying, mate?
That guy wasn't a City fan. He was a United fan. He was celebrating.
He looks happy. Ronaldo's goal. You're going to win tomorrow. What about your team losing? It's all right. Talk to me.
Today was one of those results you thought in the back of your mind, it could be a bit awkward for City. Maybe they could drop points. But then you just know the machine that City are, and you think, you know what, they'll probably steamroll them, and they had the chances. You know, I want to shout out Daps. He's been saying for a while, since even after the draw that we had against Chelsea, that it's not over. And I've never thought it was over. I thought we had a slim chance, and slowly but surely that slim chance will become bigger and bigger. And we're right there, man. You know, we have history within our grasp. We have. I don't want to sound like too melodramatic, but greatness within our grasp, because the comeback from that kind of distance would be incredible. And we're still in every competition. Everything is there to play for. And as a Liverpool fan, you just got to be happy, man. You just got to be happy, because at some point it seemed like it was the season could peter out a little bit, you know. But now it's all to play for, man. I'm chuffed. I'm up for it. I think all of the Liverpool fan base is proper pumped, and I can see Daps there. And yeah, big up Daps, man.
No, I hear you. In terms of Man City's mini collapse, if that's what the right wording for it, it's 7 points in 7 games. And look, I love my club to have only dropped 7 points in the last 7 games, but they're challenging for a title. Every point matters, especially now that we're in the home straight of. What do you think's made City crumble? Has it been a lack of finishing touch? Has it been the pressure? Is it Liverpool breathing down their necks? What do you think's created this?
You know what? When you're 14 points ahead, even or 13 points, whatever it was, even though there was some games in hand involved, it's to some extent it's kind of natural to think, you know what, we're such a great team. Subconsciously, we've got in the bag, and there may have been a slight element of complacency. Now, Pep and the team will never admit to that, obviously, and I don't think it was a conscious thing at all. But maybe that has a part to play. That we won our games in hand, which obviously then reduced, I think, to 9 points, which is what it would have been. And then, you know, they dropped a couple of points. I think maybe they drew against Southampton, I think.
Drew against Southampton and got beat by Spurs, yeah.
And then they got beat, and then that goes, you know, that gap goes from like 8 points to 6 points or something like that, and then 6 points to 3 points, and all of a sudden that team that was very far in the distance is right on your shoulder. And now we're a point behind. Similar in a way to how it was the year when we got 98 points and City got 99. We were way out ahead in front. And to be fair, City that season, the second half of the season, incredible. They dropped 3 points in 19 games. But look, I don't want to talk about City too much, because we've still got our job to do the day after tomorrow. Arsenal, we've got a really good record against them. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think they're playing well, but I'm looking forward to it, man, because like I said, everything's to play for.
Absolutely. You need to go and get your job done, because the last thing you want to do is drop those points, lose, especially because then it's a 4-point gap with no games in hand, and suddenly it's City then have an insurance policy when you play each other, because they could lose and still be a point in front of you, and it's or beat you, and then suddenly it's 7 points, and then it looks all but done.
So the funny thing is that as it stands right now, that City game could be an interesting balance, right? Because if we beat Arsenal and then we both win our next game, then we'll go into that game a point behind, and then arguably City are in a bit of a difficult question, a difficult mindset. Like, what do? Do you play for the draw because you're at home? That's all you need. But City are not really the kind of team that tend to play for a draw. They always go out to win. But if they go out and they maybe go a little bit too gung ho, obviously Palace had opportunities, not clear cut opportunities, but they got in dangerous positions with the pace they've got on the counter. So who knows, man? But look, like I said, we need to do our job.
Yeah, exactly. Focus on yourselves and go from there. Rack, always a pleasure speaking, mate. We'll chat again soon. Top man. Thank you very much indeed. Remember, people, we've got a competition running with our sponsors speech. You can win a number of amazing prizes when you download their app today. It's free of charge to download. Use the link below. And for the next 3 Premier League match days, a number of prizes will be given away to the people finishing inside the top 10. Cash prizes up to £3,000, holidays, earbuds, new Beats earphones, smartwatches, and much, 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 much more. So go and get that downloaded, people, at the end of this stream. It is free of charge, available to all of our users in the UK, Ireland, Germany, and a number of other European destinations. So make sure you get that done and get signed up. My team, actually, that I picked for the Champions League midweek games, it's a fantasy football game. If you don't know, Speech is a fantasy football game. Go and check it out. It's an amazing thing. And it's not just like the basic boring ones that everybody else uses. It ain't all about goals and it ain't all about assists. It's about the general play as well, passing accuracy, loss of possession, how long you're on the field to play for. So go and check it out. That's my team for this midweek Champions League games. My mini leagues are also available in the description below as well. So go and check that out. Up next, we've got another City fan coming on. I believe it might be a City fan by the private message he sent through. Mr. Iqbal is here. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, Terry. You okay?
I'm very, very good. Just confirm who you support, please.
Yeah, Manchester City.
Man City. Give me your thoughts on tonight and the dent in your title race.
Well, you could call it a dent, but I'm not that disappointed. You know, we're still 1 point ahead. And at this point of season, I know people say, well, Liverpool are going to do this and win the league and all that. I think this is all premature. You know, there was a time during the season when we won 12 games in a row, and Liverpool were a bit like we are right now. So anything can change. Apart from this game, it was disappointing, but we had chances. You know, an inch here and there, like Cancelo's chance, an inch towards the goalpost, and it's a goal. You know, you never know. So these kind of games happen, and yeah, I mean it is disappointing, but I'm not that pessimist about our chances to win the league. I mean, you would always back City if they are 1 point ahead with games to go, and now we are facing Liverpool at Etihad, not at Anfield, and we have a good record against them at Etihad, so it's not that bad.
So you feel as an individual, you feel confident that you will get that job done. You'll maintain this at least 4 point lead over them, and go on to win the league. You're still feeling confident about that.
Of course. I mean, City are a team of champions. You know, you don't. You know, we are the only probably team after Manchester United that defended the title, and how tight was that? You know, so Pep Guardiola is a world-class manager, and he's going to be keeping the players on their toes. I'm sure of that. But as a City fan, I know it's disappointing. I know as a fan group, we are a bit pessimist about things like that. But I have full confidence on the players, and yeah. But one thing that really bothered me was that there was no changes by Guardiola. It was weird. It was really weird. I'm like, put Sterling on, put Gabriel Jesus on, put everyone on.
Give somebody a go. No, mate, you're absolutely right. It was a very, very strange decision from him to kind of go out and play the way that they did. But we'll see what they do next time. Listen, great call, my friend. Make sure you phone in again. It'd be good to speak to some more City fans on the show. Top man. Thank you very, very much indeed. Thank you. We have some more comments here. This could be City's Christian Ball. We've already had that one. It was starred. I thought it got restarred, and I thought it was a new comment. Listen, and I actually quite like hearing City fans not being not too worried. It isn't wrong for City fans to have confidence in their team. Just because I think Liverpool are going to win the league doesn't mean every single person watching, every single City fan can't be confident in their side. That would be an absolute madness. Now, remember, we are recording the Arsenal versus Liverpool 12th man episode tomorrow at the Terrace. That'll be out very early on Wednesday for our members. If you are an official member of a squad level or above, you'll get early access to that. Making his debut on the Football Terrace will be none other than AFTV and social media legend Troops, who's in the studio with me tomorrow recording that episode. So if you want to get early access to it, sign up and become a member right about now. That is going ahead tomorrow. Very, very excited about it. Next up, Mohamed's here with us, legend and super fan of the Terrace. What you saying, mate?
Hello, Terry. It's going to be a very interesting end of the season, and Liverpool. I think advantage Liverpool going into the next game with that game in hand against Arsenal, and it's important from a Liverpool point of view that we don't take this game lightly. Arsenal are in really good form at the moment, so we have to be on our best game against Arsenal. Get the job done professionally, and then we're a point behind City. And looking at the game today, City, to be fair, they should have put their chances away. I know they don't have a striker, but you don't need to have those chances today. You don't need to be a striker to score those chances they had today. Sorry. So yeah, I think from a Man City point of view, it's very disappointing, and yeah, I, you could say it's bottling because just the way it's just going for them recently, like
Yeah.
I think
No, I do hear you, mate.
defensively-
Your audio is really hard to hear tonight for some reason. I'm not too sure why. Different speaker, maybe plugged in. It's really difficult to hear what you're saying, but I do hear where you're coming from. I really, really do, mate. Mohammed, we'll chat to you again soon, buddy. Thank you very, very much indeed.
Cheers,
Top
thank you.
man. Thank you. Pep Guardiola has blamed the grass. He has said we played to win the game. The stats are there. He likes stats today. Suddenly he likes stats in a difficult stadium with the grass not perfect. Wow. Man blamed the grass. The grass. The grass. He blamed the grass. He blamed the grass, man. Sirim's here. What you saying, Sirim? You're on mute if you're talking, bro. Oh, he wasn't ready to go. He wasn't ready to go there. Yeah, absolute craziness. Craziness. I can't believe what I've actually just seen. Sirim's back here now. What you saying, bro?
Yeah, bro, you good?
Yeah, I'm very, very well. Give me your thoughts.
Bro, I think we're winning the league. Oh, God, I can't believe it. Like, I just think City have lost it. Since Pep called us a pain in the ass and Kyle Walker was saying, bring it home for the boys, lads. And since the Tottenham loss, when he lost that game, he just looked like he's seen a ghost, and it's us. They don't want it anymore. They've lost their ass and they're finished. I think we're winning this league now, and this has confirmed it for me.
Mate, I've kind of felt this way for such a long time that you were going to do it, that you were going to get it done, that you were going to get it over the line. It always felt that way to me, and tonight's just another one of those examples where you take a step closer, a step nearer to going out there, and of course, like getting that done. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. But you just beat Arsenal,
Which is going to be a
And in my opinion, you'll beat them. You'll then beat them.
Yeah,
No doubt about
it's
it
a
at all.
massive game this Wednesday now, especially with Arsenal as well. They're looking good as well this season. Well, they've been looking good in the last few games, and this is going to be a lot bigger than it was before Crystal Palace, and it's
huge, mate. Out of this world. It really, really is. Sarim, thanks for coming on, mate, and having your say. I really appreciate it.
3 seasons ago. Hello?
Sorry, hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah. 3 seasons ago when we lost out by a single point, I just felt since then like they just don't want it with us. And the following season when we won the league, the second we got like a bit of a gap, they just gave up. Last season we weren't there and no one was really there challenging. And this season they kind of let us through the door and they just don't want it. I just feel like the second they saw us coming up, they've given up. They're just not ready for a fight, and I just think it's ours. It's in our hands. We need to stay focused and get it.
Mate, I hear you completely. Sarim, top man for coming back on, mate, and having your say. We'll speak soon. Thanks, bro.
Man.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you for upgrading your membership to a squad member there. That's the Mikel Arteta talk, who's actually backstage as well. What are you here to say, buddy?
Well, we've got a big game against Liverpool. I'm not expecting anything. Well, I'm expecting just a standard Liverpool win. I'm going to tell my prediction now. Team Liverpool. I don't think Arsenal will do anything spectacular. Yes, I understand Arsenal fans are happy with what they're seeing. Some Arsenal fans, I guess. Some Arsenal fans are a bit too confident for their liking, but I don't think Arsenal are going to do anything against Liverpool. I think Liverpool are just going to come to Emirates, collect 3 points, and leave. But I also think Man City will win the league. I don't think Liverpool will win the league, but I do think Liverpool will beat us quite comfortably. But yes, hopefully I'm wrong, but I can't see how Arsenal will beat Liverpool. I think Liverpool are far too good for us. So, yeah.
All right, I hear you on that, and thank you for upgrading your membership, mate. It means a great deal to me.
Oh, cheers, man. Cheers.
Top man. Listen, cheers for coming on and having your say. And everybody that has tuned in tonight, thank you. Make sure you download the Speech app. I want you to go and pick your fantasy teams. I want you to go and get that done now. and let me know. Send me a DM, send me a screenshot of the team that you've picked. Join my mini league as well. And as we've said, we're giving away some big prizes, some huge prizes over the next 3 Premier League match days. Cash, holidays, earbuds, earphones, smart watches, Premier League tickets as well, Premier League football tickets, plus thousands of pounds in cash for you as well. So go and get that downloaded now. Link is in our description below or in the live comment section. But until next time, people, look after yourselves. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you soon. Football Terrace and Jurgen Klopp are proud to present to you our brand new sponsor, Speech, the ultimate football fantasy manager game. It's available now to our audiences in the UK and Ireland. Download using our exclusive link in the description below or in the live comment section. Check